All right, diving in today, we're going to be looking at cybersecurity compliance,
Yeah.
specifically for those small and medium-sized businesses,
Right.
those SMBs
Yeah.
that are in the defense industrial base.
Definitely a hot topic.
It is. And we're going to zero in on NIST SP 800-171
MMC.
and CMMC,
CMMC, yeah.
the Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification. Now, this is something,
Follow.
it is a mouthful,
No.
and it's something that if you're a tech leader,
Absolutely.
or especially a cyber leader,
Shit, the guy.
in one of these SMBs, you're going to have to really understand.
You really have to. And the reason is, if you handle what's called CUI, Controlled Unclassified Information, you're going to have to get up to speed on these frameworks because it's moving beyond like a best practice
Yeah.
to an actual requirement to do business with the Department of Defense.
To win those contracts.
That's exactly it.
Now, for this deep dive, we've pulled together a ton of information.
Lots of great stuff.
We've got NIST, the DoD, cybersecurity firms, industry publications.
A whole gamut.
This is all as of April 10th, 2025.
Fresh. Right off the presses.
What we're really trying to do is kind of give you that focused look
Yeah.
at what NIST SP 800, 171, and CMMC are, but more importantly, why it really matters,
The why is huge.
especially for SMBs. And then, what can you do about it?
So, starting off, just to make sure we're all on the same page, NIST SP 800-171, it's a set of standards
Okay.
for protecting that CUI we were talking about
Right.
in systems that aren't part of the federal government.
So non-federal systems.
Exactly. And the latest version, revision 3, came out in May of 2024.
Okay.
And this actually builds on some earlier versions, revision 1, revision 2.
Showing that this is
It shows the evolution of this whole thing.
going on, yeah.
And it's all really about making sure that information is protected.
Now, what about CMMC? I mean, that's the Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification.
Right. And that's the framework from the Department of Defense. That's really about making sure that anyone working with them, the defense contractors, have the right cybersecurity practices
In place, yeah.
and processes in place to protect that same CUI.
To protect the information.
Now, the current version is CMMC 2.0. They streamlined it from the original.
Yeah, I remember that.
And what's really important here is that it actually incorporates NIST SP 800-171 as like a foundational element,
Okay.
particularly for level 2.
So they really work together.
They really do. And for a lot of companies, getting compliant with NIST SP 800-171 is like a big step.
Towards CMMC.
Absolutely, because it sets that foundation.
So I think it's time to address the elephant in the room.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Why is all of this so important?
Well, if you're an SMB listening to this, it's important for a couple of reasons.
My bad.
The most important reason is that if you want to get DoD contracts, you have to be CMMC certified
Okay.
at a certain level.
Which is a whole nother.
It's a whole other can of worms, but you have to know what level you need to be at.
So you've got to figure out what contracts you're going for, what level you need.
Figure out what your customers are requiring.
Right. But if you don't have that certification,
You can't even bid.
you can't even bid.
Yeah, you're out of the running.
It's like a non-starter.
It really is. But beyond just getting the contracts,
Yeah.
these standards are really about protecting sensitive information.
So this CUI stuff,
The CUI stuff, it's all kinds of data.
it could be anything.
And if you're not securing it properly,
Yeah.
you're leaving yourself open to data breaches, cyber attacks, all kinds of nasty stuff.
Which for an SMB could be devastating.
Devastating. Yeah, financially, reputationally.
Oh, yeah. You lose that trust.
It can be incredibly damaging.
You're right. And then there's the other side of this,
Your positive side.
where it's not just about avoiding those bad things.
Right. It's about building trust.
By being certified,
Yeah, with your partners, your customers.
showing them that you're taking this seriously.
It's a differentiator. It shows you're committed to cybersecurity.
And it's a smart business move.
It really is. And, we have to talk about the economics of it all.
The dollars and cents.
Yeah, because implementing these measures, it costs money,
It does.
but not implementing them.
Oh, that could cost you more.
It could cost you way more. Think about penalties,
Yeah.
lost contracts, even liability.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
So you have to weigh those costs.
So let's get down to brass tacks.
Okay.
What are the actions that an SMB leader needs to take?
So if you're listening and you're running one of these SMBs, the first thing you have to do is understand the requirements.
Okay.
Like, do you even handle CUI?
That's the first question.
And if you do, what level of CMMC do you need?
Right, based on those contracts.
Based on those contracts. And that tells you which NIST SP 871 controls you need to implement, which CMMC practices apply to you.
And where are they going to find this information?
The best place to start is the official websites, NIST, the DoD. There are a lot of cybersecurity firms out there that have good guidance too.
So once you've got that understanding,
Then you have to do a self-assessment.
okay,
How do your current security measures stack up against those NIST SP 800-171 controls?
and is there a resource for that?
There is NIST SP 800-171A Revision 3 that gives you some guidance on how to do that assessment.
Okay, so you do your self-assessment, then what?
Then you need to develop what's called a System Security Plan, or SSP.
Okay, SSP.
And that document lays out exactly how you're going to implement those controls.
So it's specific to your organization.
Absolutely. It's a living document. It has to reflect your environment.
And then, of course, you actually have to implement the controls.
You do, which means technical measures,
Yeah.
physical security,
Uh-huh.
administrative policies, the whole 9 yards.
Are there tools out there that can help with that?
There are, yeah, things like Microsoft 365, Tenable.
Okay, those can be helpful.
They can help you implement and monitor some of those controls.
You know, for a lot of SMBs, though, this is a lot.
It is. It can be really complicated.
So what do you recommend?
Well, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you might want to bring in some outside help.
Like consultants?
Yeah, CMMC consultants, or there are organizations called C3PAOs.
Okay, those
They're
are...
certified third-party assessment organizations.
That's a mouthful.
It is, but they can be really helpful in navigating this whole process.
But of course, that comes with a cost.
It does. Both for internal efforts and external help, you have to weigh those costs.
For sure. And then there's also this thing called SPRS.
Right, the Supplier Performance Risk System.
That's important for NIST SP 800-171 compliance.
It is, because if you're a contractor, you often have to submit your assessment scores to that system.
So understanding that process is key.
It really is, and the last thing I'll say is, don't think of this as a one-time thing.
This is ongoing.
It's ongoing. Cybersecurity regulations change. CMMC requirements evolve.
So you got to stay updated.
Absolutely. You have to stay informed.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, but I think it's important to really highlight
Yeah.
NIST SP 800-171, CMMC. They're crucial
They really are.
for those SMBs in the defense supply chain that are handling CUI.
If you're in that world, this is for you.
It's not optional.
No, and it's not just about checking a box.
It's about protecting your business
It's about protecting your business, the information you're handling.
and your ability to keep working with the DoD.
Exactly, because if you're not compliant, you could be out of the game.
So for those tech and cyber leaders out there,
The folks listening.
you've got to prioritize this stuff.
This is not just a government mandate. This is about the future of your organization.
It's about security. It's about longevity.
It's about positioning yourself for success in the DIB.
So as you think about all of this, what's the one thing right now
The one action item.
that you can take to start or even accelerate
Yeah, take us to the next level.
your journey toward cybersecurity compliance?
That's the question to ask yourself.
That's something to think about.